Okay, now let's go over some things to know while we're working with linking to Google Calendar. First off, KaiSays does download calendar information for read access at this time, so you will still be required to edit and manage Google Calendar information, event information within your Google Calendar account. We are working on the option to manage the actual event information from within KaiSays in the near future. Secondly, Google Calendar notifications are still in effect and are not modified in any way. So, as you know, Google Calendar comes built in with a pretty robust amount of options for delivering both email and pop-up notifications, to name a couple. Those notifications within Google Calendar are not part of the KaiSays system. So, if you are starting KaiSays and you have an existing Google Calendar account, whatever notifications you set up within Google Calendar are still in effect. So when you set up our service to send you verbal reminders, you could in theory receive both the verbal reminders and your normal Google Calendar notifications as well. So just keep that in mind. Third and lastly, just be aware to give KaiSays a few minutes to see new changes to your Google Calendar. So if you're within Google Calendar and making lots of changes to events, just give our system a few minutes to catch up, so to speak, and download that information. Definitely, I would recommend just give yourself 5-minute leeway before our system can go in, see changes, and then make changes to verbal notifications accordingly. Hi, my name is Steve McDonald with KaiSays, and in this video we're going to walk through how to connect your KaiSays account to Google Calendar. By doing this, KaiSays will actually read your Google Calendar events and verbally announce reminders for you. So I'm going to demonstrate this using the web-based version of KaiSays. This process is still very similar for the up-and-coming KaiSays Tablet Edition and KaiSays Mobile Edition, version 2.2 or higher. That should be in the month of April 2014. But for now, you can do this on the web-based version. And we're also going to work on the understanding that you do not have a KaiSays account at the moment, and so you're doing this from scratch. To add calendar events to an existing account is very similar, but going through this process will be a very good primer on how to do it once you have an existing account. So let's go ahead and start. We've gone to the KaiSays website and we've clicked sign up and got to this login screen. So what we're going to do as a brand new customer is click sign in with Google, which will in effect sign you up for KaiSays and authorize Google Calendar at the same time. Authorize KaiSays, to use Google Calendar at the same time. So you should see, when you click that, a screen similar to this if you've already logged into your Google Calendar account. You will either see this screen or you will see a login screen for Google to precede this screen, which is basically requesting your permission to allow us to view your email, view basic information about your account, which is basically your name, manage your calendars. For right now, this feature will read Google Calendars, but we're working on functionality to allow you to manage your Google Calendar as well, so we do need that permission in place, and manage your tasks in Google. So this feature is not yet enabled in KaiSays, but it's literally right around the corner. And when that's in place, you will be able to view and or manage your Google tasks as well. So let's go ahead and hit accept. Okay, and as the confirmation says, Google Calendar Sync is in progress, and allow 5 to 15 minutes for KaiSays to load calendar event information. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And it's going to take me to the dashboard as a new user. You can see it pulled in. You can see that you can see it pulled in our name from Google, and we've actually authenticated with Google as well. Let's just confirm that. We can confirm that by going to settings. Okay, this is your settings screen where you configure preferences and other things for KaiSays. And on the first page, we show you your status with external services. We give you the ability to log in to KaiSays using Google, and we give you the ability to log into KaiSays using Facebook. So as we can see here, the sign in to Google is actually enabled. So I'm just going to go back to the dashboard here. And then we're going to go to agenda. Okay, and it appears that there's several events already loading in just fine. I happen to know that these are from the Google account, so I'm going to go ahead and click it. Okay, I did want to show you this. Basically, if we start clicking around too soon, we're going to get this message as the Google Sync is still in progress. You do want to allow about 5 to 15 minutes for the entire process to complete. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to pause the video, and we're Hi, we're back in part 2 of this video. We, in the first part, set up a link with Google Calendar. In this part, we are going to just confirm that that link is established, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when the process has been completed. You will recognize that we're back here on the timeline. We have our smattering of Google Calendar events on the timeline. And let's just go ahead and scroll to one and click it. Okay, here you'll see the Google Calendar account, event, and time. So this basically has confirmed that the events are in place. We can go to another view just to see that from another angle here. Okay, as you can see, you can click around to your events. Okay, now let's go over to the reminders. Just as built-in calendar works, KaiSays will send reminders to your Google Calendar as well. I want to point out two things on the screen. One, as you can see, a new calendar has been added to the calendar list in the reminder section. That would be our Google Calendar account here. Excuse me. I misclicked. 1 second. Okay, where were we? You have your Google Calendar here, and the second thing I want to point out is that when you do create a Google Calendar, we automatically create one reminder. This one reminder would be on all of your Google Calendars initially, and then you're free to manage that reminder or create additional reminders for each calendar. You can have up to 10 reminders per calendar, So if you were to have 4 additional Google Calendars in your Google Calendar account, you would see 4 lines here, and you would see 1 reminder for each calendar. And then you can manage up to 10 unique verbal reminders for each calendar. Reminders are set up at the calendar level, and then they're spoken as they approach an event. I'm going to create a separate video that goes in depth onto how to create and manage reminders. But I just wanted to show you that once the link is established, we do automatically rank one 10-minute warning, so to speak, for each reminder. Excuse me, for each event in your Google Calendar. Okay, so that's the end of this video. If you have questions, please feel free to contact us at feedback@kaisays.com. Thanks, and have a good one.